What is going on already? It is JCon here, a little bit after the 1 year lifting video. Finally back actually, with something new here. As if you can see on the screen and in the title, thumbnail too, that I have something new going on here called Road to Big Traps. This is week 1 out of, I'm guessing 5, 6, or 7, somewhere around there. I need to get a rough estimate. But what I wanted to talk about today is what I'm doing for this and what to expect when you're doing Road to Big Traps. So specifically for me, what I'm going to be doing is a lot of extreme overloading principles on the body. So first off, main exercise, which you're going to see here, which is going to be the main exercise for this video, is rack pulls. I'll get into why rack pulls are really good. And other than that, it's going to be resistant band, upright rows, shrugs, reverse shrugs, dumbbell shrugs, and sometimes farmer's walks. So this is week 1 out of, like I said, I'm going to say 7 now. So this week 1 out of 7, finally hit 7 days. It was brutal. Felt every last bit of it, especially when you're rack pulling a lot of weight. You'll feel it the next day. And specifically not in the traps, but more in your CNS. And so I want to describe why the rack pull is really good. So if nobody knows what the rack pull is, you'll see it up here in a minute. But a lot of people don't really like how it is because how short of a range of motion is. But the reason why I like it is because imagine a farmer's walk is where you're walking laps with heavy weights. But amplified that by like a bunch of weight. But of course you are taking that time from the lap down into like probably 2 or 3 seconds on the rack pull. But remember that the overloading principle. You overload your body's going to get shocked, more muscle is going to grow. So you shock the body to grow. So in this week, I experienced a lot of different things, from getting my belt stolen to getting platforms stolen. No, just kidding, that never happened. But a lot of stuff did happen. Specifically, I wanted to mention on how big my traps ended up getting. Not that much improvement from what I remember. I didn't really have any before trap pics, but if you ever seen any of my videos, you'll know where my traps were at before this. They're not crazy bulky big, but hopefully by the end of these 7 weeks, I'll have what I'm gonna be hoping for is big bulky traps, because it kind of looks improportionate with everything else in my body. I always wanted to get big traps, and this is one of those dedication things where you have to stay on top of it, and you can't listen to other people in these situations, because a lot of people don't like the rack pull because how stupid it looks. But when you're rack pulling like 3 times your body weight, you kind of raise some eyebrows when it comes to it, and a lot of people start to like point and laugh. But always remind yourself, the people that are pointing and laughing can't even rep out 135. So if you ever do want to do rack pulls, do them. Nobody's holding you back except for yourself. Now, if you're working out at Planet Fitness, that's a whole different story. So I want to specifically key in on above the knee rack pulls, because I feel like those are more activating into my traps. I will do behind the knee rack pulls, which are freaking hard. So what you do is you set the pins around 2 or 3 inches above your knees, and then you grab that off the bar, you rack it up, and you'll see what happens. So I did see some improvement, especially strength gains. Strength gains went out the roof for this. Unbelievable. I did not notice my strength could actually go up an almost 100-pound increase when it comes to new maxes when it came to this. Now, of course, I did take certain days off and everything, but 7 days is still a week, so I'm going to count this as the official week 1 of Road to Big Traps. This is going to be keyed in with a lot of the normal everyday workouts that I have, so hopefully you guys can enjoy it. I'm 4 minutes in. It's a pretty great workout. I'm going to show you right here, and I'm going to specifically call out on why, sorry for the noise in the background, but why the rack pull is amazing. So if you look behind me, I'm kind of doing 225 pretty fast because the bar was really rugged and it cut into my skin pretty quick, just like that. And I would have repped it out for a little bit more, but my hands were just not agreeing. They started to get blistered up because of how many times I did this. This is gonna be 315 for 8. It's pretty good. I think the last time I did 315, or like when I started this off, I can only rep it out for like 3 or 4. So it's good to see that my weight actually doubles in size here. So what I do is I like to get it into like the hitch position where you thrust your hips a little bit forward, just so you can get that extra pull in the back. So that's just what I like to do, and nobody else really agrees with it. So here's 405. 405 actually used to be my max. 405, I can only get that out for 1 rep. Now, if I can't get the rep fully, I'll go into a calf raise position and hold it there, because there shouldn't really be any reason for me not to be able to hold it there. So that's just what I got here. Little lifting straps weren't really agreeing with me there. Here's 425, actually my max midway through this week, but actually skyrocketed through it. You'll see what my max here is in a minute. So for these, I really just want to key in on the pull part, because if I can get the pull on the trap, then the trap will agree with me and get shocked. So when I go heavier here, I like to use a belt just in case, because I remind you, I am still a minor. And this, I don't want to stunt my growth. Even though pulling 3 times your body weight here is insane. So that was kind of half rep, not really. So here's a full rep right here. Pretty glad of how good and consistent that looked. I held it there for a second. So here are my traps now. Still puny compared to everything else, but at least they're coming in. I used to not have that big of traps. It used to look like a straight line across. But now I'm pretty glad that's where they're at. Here are my traps contracted. So it's good to know that I am making strength and trap gains at the same time. So I appreciate the help for the getting paused up here. Help for the 1 year video, and help for everything else. So I appreciate if we can get this series pretty liked up there. Getting pretty good, because I'm gonna put a lot of effort into this series. A lot of them probably won't look like this, but majority will probably be like just normal, I guess. Just where like I film the workout, here you go, or I might just go day 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So I might do stuff like that, or I just might just do the compilation videos like I'm doing right now. So thank you guys for all the support on the 1 year video and on the channel. Appreciate everyone and last of you guys, and hope you guys have a really, really great day. Peace.